2022 was a year of new beginnings in the northwest suburbs. Several cities welcomed new restaurants, businesses, improved roadways, and new municipal buildings during this past year. Delane Cleveland takes a look back at some of what was new in 2022.
If 2021 was the year of saying goodbye to community staples like the AMC Theater in Maple Grove,
there's nothing else real close,
then 2022 was a year of new beginnings. That same movie theater became a home improvement store called Floor & Decor. It's just one of the many changes that came about over the last year as the world recovered from the pandemic. Local cities finished work on important municipal buildings, like the new water treatment plant in Robbinsdale.
The majority of residents won't need to use their softeners anymore. What we're aiming for is to get the water to the approximate softness that you find with the city of Minneapolis. So if we can get down to that level, most residents will find that they don't need to soften anymore.
In Crystal, officers moved into a new $16 million police headquarters that featured more space and amenities than the old building.
This has been years coming, and we're really appreciative to a city that supports us and a city council and city staff that helped make this happen.
And in Plymouth, the city's new $50 million community center opened, which included an indoor playground as well as more space for athletics and events.
It's just a great asset for the community. I'm so excited for everybody here.
People got back to dining out, but still kept their love for the drive-thru.
This is an industry innovation.
In Brooklyn Park, they welcomed the new Taco Bell Defy. It may look like a bank, but the design reimagined the fast food drive-thru by using a vertical lift system to deliver food to customers.
Put the food in, push the two buttons, and it's on its way.
The city also welcomed heavy rotation brewing.
Find out what Brooklyn Park wants to drink and start making that for them.
And a new Raising Cane's because you can never get enough chicken.
Vanilla Italian soda.
Over in New Hope, you can have coffee with cats at the Cafe Meow and adopt a feline friend while you're there.
Oh, we have another friend coming in.
Then meander over to Plymouth to enjoy a brew among the ambiance of barks at the new Brew Park.
Super great response from the community. We've had really fun dogs in here playing, lots of zoomies.
As for what 2023 brings, we'll have to wait and see. For the Year in Review, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Another big project completed in 2022 was the West Broadway bridges that connect Robbinsdale to Minneapolis. That project lasted 2 years and helped to improve traffic flow in the area and improved access to Theodore Wirth Parkway trails. The bridge opened right before Thanksgiving. There are plans in place to bring improvements to 2 regional trails in our area. One project would keep the trails from flooding around Palmer Lake in Brooklyn Center.
The Shingle Creek Regional Trail project is really unique in that portions of that, especially through Palmer Lake and along the creek, routinely flood. So what we're going to be doing is realigning the trail either out of the floodplain or higher up. Maybe have to do some boardwalk construction.
Grissman says there would also be work done to the trail on the south side of Highway 100 to improve sight lines and add improvements so it's easy to navigate local and regional trails. Improvements are also planned for another type of trail, one that is integral to connecting people to places.
Eagle Lake Regional Trail project is a fantastic project in that there's so much infrastructure already in place, and it's simply about connecting and filling some of the gaps. And then there are a few pieces where the pavement is at the end of its useful life and needs to be completely reconstructed.
Improvements planned to the Eagle Lake Regional Trail would connect from French Regional Park and the Loose Line and go through the 394 and Ridgedale Mall area. This trail would connect people to transit, park and rides, and senior housing. Both of these trail projects are not scheduled to get underway until 2026, and they are made possible with a boost of federal dollars. A Golden Valley woman is spreading joy and warmth to people less fortunate. Michelle Christensen and her army of volunteers are busy preparing for their annual upcoming scarf bombing event. That's where the group hands out winter gear and other necessities to people in need. This week, volunteers sorted and bagged items for the event. One of the bedrooms at Christensen's home is stuffed with bags containing donated hats, gloves, coats, and scarves. So far, they've collected more than 33,000 items.
I think it's very surprising to a lot of people to know that there are many people in need that don't necessarily look like they're in need, but they're in need.
This is the 5th year for the scarf bombing event. Christensen started One Good Deed after the first year, and volunteers with the group spread joy and kindness by doing community service projects once a month. Christensen says it's all about showing people that you care and giving them hope.
They are truly just so humble and so thankful for whatever they get, that they really do feel seen, cared for. They don't have to be on the fringe. Somebody sees them, and that they're valuable.
The scarf bombing event takes place January 8th at Loring and Kellogg Parks from 11 until 2 p.m. If you would like to volunteer, drop off donations, or just learn more about this event or the group, visit One Good Deed's Facebook page. The weather has been perfect over the holidays to put in work on Maple Grove's Crokicurl rink in Central Park.
Our parks crew are out today in this lovely weather, putting down some water. So that will freeze, and after they do a few layers of water, then we're able to paint the lines on for the actual Crokicurl rink.
This is the 2nd year that Maple Grove has created a Crokicurl rink next to the Great Lawn in Central Park, and it could be the only one in the state. The Parks and Rec Department will have everything you need on site to play the game: the rocks, the brooms, and a shovel to clear the rink if it snows. Last year, there was a lot of learning and teaching people how to play the game. This year, you are invited to challenge your neighbors and friends to come out and play.
So it's shaped like the board game, but then played like curling. So you have curling rocks, and you use the rocks. You play an opponent, so it can be one-on-one or 2 players against 2 players. You have different colored rocks, and you slide them on the ice and try to get them into the center button.
Wayzata beat Maple Grove 5-1 in the championship game of the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament over Thanksgiving weekend. The Trojans and Crimson faced off again Thursday on the final day of the premier Holiday Classic in the Grove. Jason Melillo has the highlights.
A full house to watch top-ranked Wayzata against 9th-ranked Maple Grove in boys hockey. First period, Wayzata's Brooks Gangler snaps the shot, but it's knocked away by Grove goalie Jack Roach. At the other end, Jack Kernan's shot is kicked away by Will Ingeman, and then he blockers away a rebound chance. No score after 1. Second period, Grant Leno flies into the zone. His first shot is stopped, but he chips the rebound home, and it's 1-0 Crimson. Less than a minute in the second, Grove gets a 2-on-0 and makes no mistake. Ty Patefield to Joey Imgrund, and it's 2-rip. Trojans rally in the third. Cade Day St. Hubert snipes a shot top corner, cutting the lead in half. 25 seconds later, the puck is misplayed in front of the Grove net, and Reese Wallen rifles it home, and we're tied at 2. Grove goes back in front on a sweet tic-tac-toe passing play. Lucas Bush to Kernan to Blake Steenerson. It's a power play goal. 16 seconds later, Steenerson's centering pass sneaks in, and it's 4-2 Crimson. Wayzata would cut the lead to 4-3, but Roach makes a couple key saves down the stretch, and Maple Grove knocks down the top-ranked Trojans. Jason Melillo, CCX Sports.
The Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament started in 1996. The host Wings had a good battle in the quarterfinals of this year's tourney. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
The Armstrong Cooper Wings meeting Bemidji in the first round of the Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Girls Hockey Tournament. The bank pass springs Claire Riestenberg on a shorthanded rush, and her shot gets just over the goal line and in as the Wings get on the board. But on the same power play, Bemidji's Millie Knott slips the shot through traffic and in. The Lumberjacks quickly tie it up 1-1. Bemidji leads 2-1 after 1 period. In the second, Riestenberg on the forecheck steals it and sets up Kara Cook for another shorthanded goal for Armstrong Cooper. It's 2-2. 6 minutes later, the point shot is blocked, but Megan Berg with a nice backhander to score as Bemidji goes back in front 3-2 after 2. Just 10 seconds into the third, Cook sets up Riestenberg on the rush for her second of the game, and the Wings quickly tie it up 3-3. But they take a penalty, and Bemidji capitalizes. A scramble in front, and number 11 Elizabeth Oster knocks it in. That's the game winner as Bemidji wins 4-3 to advance to the semifinals. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Osseo Park Center played in the first game of the day Thursday at New Hope Ice Arena. The Stars were skating for their second win of the season against their quarterfinal round opponent. Osseo Park Center girls hockey facing off with Two Rivers St. Paul in the quarterfinal round of the 2022 Armstrong Cooper Holiday Classic Tournament. First period, OPC's Alicia Schmuck skips a shot in from the point, past the goalie and in. The Stars lead 1-0 on Schmuck's second goal of the season. Final minute of the period, Gabby Edlund's shot is stopped, but the rebound comes to number 22, Tessa Strand, and she puts the puck away. It's 2-0 Stars after one. Second period, Haley Eikos with a shot that goes through the 5-hole and in. The start of a big night for the senior. Less than a minute later, it's Eikos with a great rush up ice with the puck. She eludes the Two Rivers defenders and then tucks the shot in for a goal. It's the 16th goal of the season for the senior defenseman. Third period, Eikos with a perfect pass from the point into the circle and onto the stick of Edlund. Edlund scores. That goal makes it 5-0 Osseo Park Center. Eikos completes her hat trick a short time later with this shot from the slot. OPC goes on to win it 6-1 over Two Rivers St. Paul. In New Hope, John Jacobson, CCX Sports. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.